All right, let's get to the Hawks-Mavs game, because at the end of this one on Saturday, an inadvertent whistle allowed John Collins to get an easy bucket at the rim to increase Atlanta's lead. They were only winning by 2, then by 4. The referees originally called goaltending. I'm not sure if that was just to trigger a review after what happened a couple weeks ago, but after they went to review the play, they overturned the call, saying it was not a goaltend, but they counted the bucket because of continuation rules. Mark Cuban then took to Twitter, writing, quote, "So they call a goaltend. They literally blew the whistle that it was a goaltend. There was a putback after the whistle. After review, they said no goaltend, but they count the basket? WTF is that?"
What's that stand for?
Spell that out for the rest of you. That's
Whiskey Tango Fox.
That's NBA officiating, he says. Woj reporting the league is reviewing Cuban's comments. All right, so is Cuban's tweet BS or real talk, gentlemen?
Oh, man. Sorry, Monty.
Wow.
Sorry, Monty. Sorry,
Wow.
Joey.
I'm not sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's real talk.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're taught your whole life when the whistle blows, the play stops. And so for them to be able to get a basket while everybody else is in that mode of stopping, and for them to grant them 2 points on that, that's a tough one.
This reminds me of the James Harden basket that didn't count, even though it went in the basket. And that, replay rule subsection 2 says this triggers that, but subsection 4A says we can't go back. The basket shouldn't count.
Yes.
Why can't we have someone whose job it is just to implement common sense?
Czar.
The play was dead. It's not a goaltend. The basket shouldn't count. Why is this so complicated? Like James Harden, he scored a basket, put 2 points on the board. I don't care what subsection 2B says. It's not that complicated.
Well, the interesting thing, these are two different situations when you look at that Portland one, where it was a goaltender and they didn't call it and they should have blown a whistle. In this case, it wasn't a goaltender. They blew a whistle, but like Coach said, why is it? Oh, it's an inadvertent whistle. My bad. Play continues. In what world do we do that? So the idea that an inadvertent whistle the play could happen afterward that will count is ridiculous.
This is completely unscientific. I would like someone to look this up, that the number of goaltending calls has spiked since that Portland game, because the reason they couldn't examine it in the Portland game is that you can't trigger a replay from something that didn't happen, right? That's subsection 2B.
But see how you're talking about subsection, what does that even mean?
No, look, I get that. That larger thing of we can't trigger a replay for something that didn't happen, of a negative. You can't do that, right? So I get that. So I think their fix has been like, if you think it's even possible, call it.
That's right.
And that way we can trigger the replay and get it right.
Yeah.
But then you have to say, hey, we called it, it's no basket.
Yeah, you can't.
The whistle is blown, it's over. That's
Dead play.
it. That's a dead play.
There you go. We'll see if Mark Cuban is fined. My guess is he is. I want to revisit the Bucks-Raptors game again from last night, because the beef between Drake and Giannis reached new heights. At one point in the game, cameras caught Giannis telling Drake, "We think to shut the front door," I believe that is what he said. And after the game, there was this exchange with Giannis when he was asked about all the attention Drake was giving him.
I asked Drake if he was bringing the belts to troll you, and he said, obviously he was.
Oh, that's good. He cares about me. I really don't. So I'm just here to win games and help my team win. That's all.
He thinks about me. I don't. That's amazing. BS or real talk?
Real talk. Giannis don't BS.
Yeah.
Giannis is coming. Giannis got one thing on his mind. That's winning the title.
Yep.
And to him, Drake is just a fan over there making noise. Giannis is really focused on one thing.
Why did he have 2 belts, by the way?
I think they had 3. Somehow there's a lot of belts.
There's a lot of belts.
The Intercontinental belt, the tag team belt. This is as real as any of the real talk you've ever had. Giannis has spent 0 seconds thinking about Drake the entire season until he got asked that question. No seconds, not one thing.
First of all, shout out to Giannis for being a Dreamville fan. We respect you and salute you, sir. But the other part also is, I like that Drake does this.
Yeah.
He brings an attention and an audience to our games that would otherwise not really care about basketball. And so he does it in good fun. He doesn't cross any lines. I'm cool with even when he was massaging Nick Nurse's shoulders, it was fun.
And he does it for his team and his city, which was like a totally undercovered team until this all started.
I agree with all of that. Yeah. I think that maybe in doing this service for all of us as NBA fans, Drake might want to pick his battles a little differently. That's all. Because when he goes with Kendrick Perkins on the sideline, I'm thinking, that's the wrong guy to start
that's
talking
the fun
trash
of it,
to.
though.
When he goes to Giannis, I'm like, that's the wrong guy,
Rachel,
Drake.
is there a right guy for Drake to talk trash to?
I just think you want to go straight at your. You
Fred
don't want to
VanVleet?
punch down. You don't want to punch down, but you don't. Punching up is not always.
Remember
so
what
smart.
happened when Spike was talking that mess to Reggie?
Right,
man.
exactly.
They said you don't want to light that fire.
It does not always go well, and I
Oh.
feel like the guys he's been picking lately, he might want to make some different choices. That's
Oh, it's all fun. They know it's fun.
I like it. Go for the top.
I like it. I think it makes the game fun.
amazing. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.